This story's like a week old, but there's a few things I want to talk about it, so I'm going to read this fucking article and then give you my thoughts. Live PD canceled by A&E amid ongoing protests against police brutality. Exclusive, which is not really a fucking exclusive story anymore, so go fuck yourself. It's been a week. I hate how they add that shit in the beginning of articles too, like, this is fucking exclusive. Well, I got the fucking beginning scoop on Live PD. Fuck off. Like, it's not that important. Go fuck yourself. Maybe if it was like, exclusive, nuclear war, like, yeah, sure, add the fucking exclusive, you know what I mean? But not for fucking Live PD. Go fuck yourself. A&E has canceled its flagship series and one of the highest rated shows on basic cable. A week after Live PD was pulled in the wake of George Floyd's death, the reality series hiatus had been made permanent. The decision was made jointly by A&E and MGM's Big Fish Entertainment, which produces the series. This is a critical time in our nation's history, and we have made the decision to cease production on Live PD, the network said in a statement to Deadline. Going forward, we will determine if there is a clear pathway to tell the stories of both the community and the police officers whose role it is to serve them. And with that, we will be meeting the community and with civil rights leaders as well as police departments. I'll just read the article, then I'll give you my thoughts. The cancellation of Live PD comes a day after Paramount Network pulled the plug on another docuseries featuring the police, The Long-Running Cops. Also, yes, Cops was canceled as well as Live PD. At the time, A&E was still evaluating whether the show could come back at the right time. Last night, Live PD host Dan Abrams addressed to viewers on Twitter. He's just saying, oh, we'll come back, blah, 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 blah. It's not true because they got canceled ultimately. Ultimately, both the network and the production company on Wednesday came to the conclusion that there was currently no path forward for the show in its current form, as protesters and politicians are calling for police reform following the death of Floyd while restrained by a cop during arrest. This week, Austin outlets reported on the March 2019 death of Javier Ambler during a police stop, which was allegedly captured by the Live PD crew, but the video has been destroyed. Which, that is really interesting, and it's funny that they don't really mention it too much after this. I think they mention it one more time, but, isn't it live? Like, the show's supposed to be transparency in police, right? And show, like, oh, this is how cops actually do shit, right? Isn't Live PD... That being said, like, I'm kind of disappointed that Live PD was canceled. But, that also being said, it's supposed to be live, so we see what the fuck is going on. How can they pull something? You know what I mean? How can they destroy something if it's fucking live? So, that's interesting. Which, I mean, it's a reality show. Reality shows are bullshit anyways. But the cancellation comes a month after A&E renewed Live PD for an additional 160 episodes. So everybody got paid, so they're happy about that. No wonder they're fucking ready to make the goddamn show. Airing Fridays and Saturday nights from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m., Live PD was ad-supported cable's #1 show on Fridays and Saturdays in 2019 has helped A&E become a leading cable network. The series has risen to the top spots in all cable during the pandemic when live sports were suspended, drawing a total of about 3 million viewers per weekend. Here's Abrams' reaction to the news of Live PD's cancellation. So he's like shocked and shit that his fucking show is canceled, obviously. Right, he's like, oh, I'm disappointed, blah, 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 blah. I am too, but, you know. Live PD was hosted by Abrams with an analysis from Tom Morris Jr. and Sergeant Sean Styx Larkin. By the way, Styx is dating Lana Del Rey, and she's hot as fuck, and I'm jealous as fuck, so good on you, Styx. It followed police departments from across the country in real time as they patrol their towns. Executive producer for Big Fish Entertainment, where Dan... I don't give a fuck who the fuck the executive producers were. But yeah, it's like the biggest fucking show on A&E, right? They cancel it because they're like... all these fucking companies are virtue signaling, right? And this is A&E's way to virtue signal that they're there for fucking black people by canceling a goddamn show. What the fuck does Live PD have to do with George Floyd? What the fuck does he have to do with the death? Fucking nothing. It's a show about fucking police. It's a guilty pleasure of mine to watch it. It's one of my favorite fucking shows to watch. That and Cops, although Cops has been on the downturn for like 20 fucking years. But whatever. It had its fucking heyday, and it's like one of the longest running television shows besides the news. But Live PD is like the new iteration of that. And it's honestly like, they found a way to make Cops better. And I love that fucking show. Like, it was hilarious. There'd be, like, people on there that was... Like, this one guy was on there one week, and then the next week he was on there again, and he was like, oh, shit, bro, I was on last week, what's up? Like, on the camera. That shit's fucking hilarious, right? There was this one guy that they, like, stopped on Live PD, and he fucking, pulled a used condom out of his pocket, and then a fucking panty collection. This dude was, like, 60 fucking years old, drunk out of his goddamn mind, couldn't understand a word he was saying. Dude had a panty collection. I love shit like that. And that's the shit you would only see on Live PD. So yes, I'm gonna miss this show fucking immensely. What the fuck does it have to do with George Floyd's death? Absolutely nothing. This Javier shit emblem, that's a fucking tragedy, and that should be looked into. But again, it's a fucking TV show. You don't want to show someone fucking dying on a goddamn TV show. Although those tapes should not have been fucking destroyed. They should have been, made available to whoever the fuck you make that of it, because you can't make it available to the police. They're killing people. But yeah, very disappointed that Live PD and Cops were canceled, especially considering, like, again, they have nothing to do with George Floyd. They have nothing to do with his death. It's just a show about fucking cops and wacky fucking people that they encounter, and it's just a fucking TV show. And all these companies, like, being like, yeah, we support you, like, we don't care if you, like, fucking loot our stores or whatever, we support you, we're there with you. But then they're not even gonna, like some of those places that got looted, they're never gonna fucking build a store in that goddamn community again. Are they really with those people? No, they aren't. They're just saying they are because you fucking have to say you are. Or at least you think that you have to say you are. But they're not. Their actions prove that they're not. They're just doing this fucking publicity shit, like canceling their biggest fucking show to be like, oh, we support the protests, but they ain't doing nothing actually by changing the laws or using their money to, like, they use their money to bribe politicians all the time. Why don't they use their money to bribe politicians to pass some fucking laws about police brutality and shit? They ain't doing that. They're doing this virtue signal shit. It's bullshit. That's all it fucking is. And that's all I gotta say on this shit. And I'm gonna miss Live PD.